So good day everyone, good day sir. So I am Daisy Lancy Dolientes and today I will be discussing a critical components of our educational system. So my topic is all about the school leadership. So as we move through this presentation, we will explore how leadership goes beyond just administration. So it is about creating an environment where both teachers and students can thrive. So now let's know our learning objectives. So by the end of this session, we aim to achieve these three main goals. First is to define the primary functions of a school leader and the importance of the collective vision. Next is to identify the three important aspects of the school leader's roles in supporting teachers and the curriculum. And lastly, is to describe how leadership is inherent to the teaching profession and the various roles teachers leader occupy. So now let's delve into our main topic, which is understanding school leadership. So to understand school leadership, we must recognize its impact. So research shows that leadership is a vital factor for a successful organization and is secondary only to teaching in its direct influence on students' learning. So the leader's main responsibility is to establish a collective vision. So this means that it is not just the leader's dream. It is a shared future that all stakeholders, parents, students, and staff understand and work towards or work together. So imagine, or for example, imagine a school leader who wants to prioritize digital literacy. So instead of just buying tablets, they meet with parents and teachers to agree that preparing students for a tech-driven world is their shared goals. So now let's proceed. So next is we have here leadership versus management. So it is important to distinguish between leadership and management as they require different mindsets. So when we say leadership, it's about people. It focuses on motivating subordinates and creating the right atmosphere for work to happen effectively. And when we say management, it is about the process. It focuses on the execution of work and the daily administrative operation. So next, we have here the important aspects of the leader's role. So there are four pillars to a leader supporting rules. So the first one is the supporting teachers. So when we say supporting teachers, it is about the leaders must understand what teachers need, whether it's resources or emotional support, to help them to be more effective. And next is the curriculum management rather. So they must plan strategies to accommodate diverse learning styles to ensure that no students is left behind. Next is the institutional transformation. So it is the ability to change a school into an organization that fosters powerful teaching for everyone. And lastly is the staff selection. So it is about getting the right people into the right spot is critical, as who you are, or like as who you hire directly affects the quality of instruction. So for example, in the staff selection, so a leader might hire a teacher not just for their grades, but because their collaborative spirits fits the school's vision for teamwork. So next is we have here the teacher's leadership. So now let's talk about us. So leadership is inherent to teaching. So every one of you or every one of us will become a leader at some point or in the future. However, there is a different or there's a difference in power when it comes to power rather. So while teacher leaders have a semblance of authority because of their expertise, they often lack of formal power that a principal has. So we lead through influence and collaboration rather than through a title. So, for example, a veteran teacher leading a group of new hires on how to manage classroom behavior is also exercising their teacher leadership. So next we have here the common teacher leader rules. So teachers leadership takes many forms in a school. So the first one we have here the grade level or the subject coordinator. So it's the one who handles the instructional and administrative task for each specific group. Next is we have here the department chair. So it acts as a bridge between the high level administration and the teacher on the ground. And the third one is the curriculum specialist. So it is the one that guides other in following standards and developing the fair assessments. So next is we have here the mentors, coaches, and the facilitators. So it is the one that guides their peers and organize professional development to keep the staff skills sharp. So for example, a facilitator might lead a learning action cell or LAC session to teach colleagues on how to use new educational apps. So it is one of the common role of teacher leader. So in conclusion, whether we are in the principal's office or at the front of our classroom, so we are all leaders. So by sharing a vision and supporting one another, we ensure that the best possible outcomes for our students. So thank you for listening. So that's all for my part. Thank you po, sir.